Hey everyone, Muckalek here. It is July 6, 2021, and this is your Guild Wars 2 news for the day. There's a new news post that just came out called The Legendary Armory arrives July 13th. That is next Tuesday at the time of recording this. And it is not new news that it is arriving next Tuesday, but the information stored within this news feed is new. So let's get started. Powerful, flexible, and extremely cool, legendary equipment is the ultimate prize for Tyria's heroes, but it could be more ultimate. Next week, the Legendary Armory arrives, giving you a convenient way for all of your characters to share every piece of legendary equipment you've unlocked in your many adventures across Tyria. Now, really quickly there, for anyone who doesn't have it, legendary equipment does a couple of things. I'm on my druid here, who's got a lot of legendary gear. First off, this right here is actually the legendary hat from PvP. I've skinned it to make it look like my wizard hat. You can go to customize. You can take runes and put them on and off of it at any time without having to use an extractor. Additionally, you can change the stats at any time right here. Just like with Ascended gear, you can select the stats, but with the legendary, you can change it anytime you're not in combat. Additionally, they're usually pretty flashy. For example, the legendary trinkets. If I go into combat, all these orbs and fireworks above my head is from those trinkets. Currently, most of my equipment and my weapons are reskinned to look like stuff that's a little bit quieter because I don't like looking like just a big ball of light all the time, but they are very flashy and they show off what you have accomplished. Your entire roster of impeccably dressed level 80 characters will have free and easy access to your unlocked legendary weapons, armor, back items, trinkets, runes, and sigils without suffering the indignity of having to dig through your bank for them. So if you had a legendary accessory, like I just showed you one of them, I could put it in the bank, but currently I could put it in the bank and then another one of my characters can remove it from the bank and they can use it. But it would ruin the build templates of the previous character and stuff like that. So this is something very much to look forward to. So that means if you get a legendary backpack, all of your level 80 characters will never have to worry about an Ascended backpack again. Storing your legendaries. When you log into a character on July 13th, account-bound legendary equipment in your character inventories, equipment panels, and account bank will be automatically converted into your legendary armory. The legendary armory is entirely free to use and will automatically include all legendary equipment released in the future. Unbound legendaries will remain in your inventory. If you own bound copies of Sunrise or Twilight, the Greatswords will be added to your legendary armory, and you'll receive tokens to use in crafting Eternity. And Eternity produced using tokens will be account bound. Okay. So that means you need to keep the Sunrise and Twilight unbound if you want to make an Eternity that you can trade. It's clever of them to have thought that through. Each piece of equipment in your legendary armory is treated as a unique item, just as it would be in your inventory. If you want to customize an equipment template by equipping the legendary sword Bolt in 2 weapon slots, you'll need to obtain and bind 2 copies of Bolt. Now, that's completely fair, I think, because right now, if I make a legendary, I have the legendary Axe Frostfang. When I run Axe on my Ranger, I have to run Frostfang in one hand, and then an Ascended Axe in the other, because I've only made one Frostfang. So that is not a change to how it is right now. So no one should freak out about that unless they're just a few fries short of a Happy Meal. The maximum number of copies of an item for your legendary armory can hold is determined by how many equipment slots it can occupy. This limit exists so you don't have to worry about accidentally unlocking more copies of a specific legendary than you can equip. Since no character can equip more than 4 swords at once, your legendary armory will hold a maximum of 4 copies of Bolt, and a maximum of 4 copies of the Shining Blade. An equipment template only has space for 2 staves, so your legendary armory will hold a maximum of 2 copies of Bifrost and 2 copies of Nevermore. Alright? Hover your cursor over your stored legendary items to see information about how many copies you can have ready to equip, how many you have unlocked, and how many more you can unlock. These numbers are also visible in the upper right corner of each item's icon. We've identified a small number of players, approximately 0.008%, who own more account-bound copies of a unique legendary item than their legendary armory can hold. We'll reach out to those players in the days following the release with information about how to resolve this issue. That's really nice of them. To put it bluntly, they didn't have to care. Like, they could have just said, you know, your reward for doing all the work for those legendaries is that you got to use them all this time. In the same way that your reward for paying for Heart of Thorns, or the core Guild Wars 2 games, is you got to play it up until the point it went to free to play, you know? They could have just said, you know, screw those guys. But they didn't. So that's cool. They're reaching out to them. That's pretty awesome. Equipping your legendaries. Once a legendary item is stored in your legendary armory, every level 80 character on your account can use it, provided it's available to their profession and elite specialization. I was kind of wondering about that. I was wondering if, like, a level, like, if you make a level 1 character, you just deck it out in legendaries, and then, you know, of course, with zone scaling, it will just scale to the zone, so it wouldn't be too insane, but you wouldn't have to worry about gear. But that's not the case. You do have to be level 80. You'll find your legendaries in your equipment tab, along with equipable inventory items, but they'll no longer take up space in your inventory. Let's go up to the screenshot here that they posted a second ago. So it looks like, like they hit equipment, and then there's all these items here. I see like Aurora Vision, Coalescence, Transcendence, all kinds of stuff here. So I'm wondering if this icon right here means that that is from the Legendary Armory, or if that just means it's in use. Okay. So let's go back down. You can equip items from your Legendary Armory by double-clicking them or clicking and dragging them onto a slot. Right-clicking an equipment slot will bring up a convenient drop-down menu, which you can use to equip your available legendary items, equip a non-legendary item from your inventory or regular armory, customize your equipped legendary item, or copy an equipped item and its customizations to your other equipment templates. Once you've equipped a legendary item to multiple equipment templates, you can set different attributes, upgrade selections, and skins for each one. There was a lot of people who were concerned. Let me try to paint a picture for you guys. Let's say you really enjoy playing Guardian and Warrior and Revenant, and you have legendary heavy armor. So all three of them are going to get full legendary armor on Tuesday. But you had been worried that they were all going to look exactly the same because you don't like having them all wear the same fashion. This takes care of that. So you can have different skins. So it's not like if you transmute your legendary heavy helm, it's not going to affect every single character. That's awesome. It's the little things. Congratulations. What is this? Oh, you get like a new pop-up when you unlock. Interwoven with the impression of a dragon whose name Tyria has yet to learn. Bolt is imbued with the strength of a storm swelling inside like a thunderous inferno. Is it Steve? Is Steve the one in Bolt? In this update, we've also polished some details to make using legendaries more fun and convenient. Free legendary transmutation. Changing the appearance of legendary equipment no longer requires transmutation charges. Now that is a relief. That is a relief. I change how my legendary axe looks like all the time, and I'm almost out, but that definitely clears my conscience about, you know, getting to do this more often. Equipment and build templates at hand. Click the arrow above your weapon swap toggle to quickly swap to any of your equipment and build templates. Okay. That has some interesting things. You could already do something similar to that. Watching Valen play World v World, like, he'll be running from a fight with one build, he'll, like, you know, gain some ground on his thief, and then swap builds for the fight, and then turn around and kill the guy. Now, I'm not on that level, but this seems like it's going to make that even easier. Congratulations! Binding a Legi to your account will offer a little more fanfare, and some hints about your item's nature, origin, or previous owners. So that's referring to this thing, the pop-up here. Begone Magic Spheres. Legendary trinkets that are available with and without visual effects, like Conflux and Transcendence, will now feature a visibility toggle for their efforts. Thank you! Alright. For those of you who don't have it, when I enter combat, this happens. Alright? Now, I'm really proud of all of these achievements. I'm very proud to have done all this. sometimes you want to take a break. Sometimes you want to break from having a solar system above your character, okay? Like, it's just, it'd be nice to be able to turn it off or on when you wish. But yeah, it's like, what's above me? This is 5 different legendary, this is 2 rings, an amulet, and 2 accessories above my head right now. It's nice to know that every single character I have next week isn't going to have a solar system above their head. Add to your legendary armory. If you don't have any legendary items, it's a great time to jump in and complete Living World Return achievements. You'll progress toward completing each tier of the Season of the Dragons meta achievement and earn rewards worthy of a hero. Complete 4 meta achievements gives you, you know what, I can actually show this while I read it. So this is the meta. I've been working on it. Today, Return to Ember Bay came out, and everybody loves Reconquer the Chalice of Tears. Let's see, complete 4 meta achievements gives you an ascended weapon of your choice. Completing 10 meta achievements gives you a fragment of prismatic light. This gives you it's a voucher. You can redeem a Generation 3 legendary precursor. So once we have seen the legendaries for Generation 3 and you're like, ooh, I want to make that one, you can get a huge jump start with this item. Completing 16 meta achievements gets you a 32 slot bag. Completing 24 meta achievements gets you the legendary amulet and the returning champion title, which is down here. Now, as someone who has Transcendence, I don't need this, but I'm going through it anyway to just experience it, get all this nice stuff, and I'm gonna make a guide. So far, hardly any of this is guide worthy. It's just get ore, chop trees, pick crops, and replay some story missions. The only thing in here I think so far that has been guide worthy is the llama locator. I recorded those so I could go over that. The fragment of prismatic light this is what I just went over, can be redeemed in Guild Wars 2 End of Dragons for a 3rd generation legendary precursor weapon. Awesome. Will you have a well-stocked legendary armory on July 13th? Don't forget to do a thorough equipment check before heading north to face the Twisted Marionette. And yeah, the Twisted Marionette is also coming soon. The Twisted Marionette is also coming out. This was a huge boss from Guild Wars, early in Guild Wars 2. This is Living World Season 1. I myself didn't get to play that. That was before my time as a player, or I should say during a hiatus. I was addicted to World of Warcraft at the time, I'm sorry. But Twisted Marionette, I've watched videos of it. It looks awesome, and I look forward to getting to fight it for the first time. But yeah, so that is the details. Very, very exciting stuff. I'm glad they resolved the issue with the having different characters potentially all look the same if they're using the same gear. That's a non-issue. Turning the spheres off, that's fantastic. I actually know someone who they upgraded Slumbering Transcendence from Transcendence, got the sphere, and an hour later they destroyed it and opened a ticket to get the Slumbering one restored because they were like, I can't stand this. So it's really nice if you go through all that work to make it, you could just disable it when you don't feel like it. Like right this second in game, I'm wearing full legendary gear, but it's just, other than the orbs, it's just like my gloves that erupt in spikes because I think they're neat. But like this is Frostfang. I just have it look like a leaf axe right now because I was tired of having ice covering half my body, you know? Sometimes you just want to tone down the light show. Unless you're Guild MM, then you like being covered in bugs all the time. I don't know, it's weird stuff. But yeah, that is it for today's news. Really, really exciting news if you are if you have legendary items or if you are thinking about starting. Now's a great time. So that's it for today, and if there's anything new coming in the future, I will see you next time.